Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another video. Today, as you know by the title and thumbnail, we'll be playing Shapez 2. Now, I played a lot of this when I first got access to the beta, but now I'd like to run through with you guys on a bit of a different playthrough. So I'm going to be attempting the hexagonal one. And to cut down on the tedium of waiting around with the goal multiplier and not being able to copy and paste early, I'm going to go ahead with normal. Now, this is a great little factory game that I've had a lot of fun with already. I'm going to start from scratch here, and I'm not going to be using many, if any, blueprints. So we're just going to get a clean run through with you guys. So without further ado, let's jump right in. No spaghettis. You don't really have a choice there, so I'm going to have to say yes whether you do or not. So up in the top left here will be our goals, what we're striving to achieve from our shapes. I'm just going to go ahead and do one side for now. Now it wants us to cut these shapes in half, so we'll be using the cutter. And a very nice little quality of life feature here is it'll tell you the ratio when you select the tool. So for one full belt, which is what we've got here, we'll need 4 cutters, which is why I've lined these up like so. So I've attached the red halves to one belt here, and then the grey halves are just jumping over that first belt, and then they'll be joining up together down here, and that'll be our first milestone here, and then they'll get sent into the big vortex here, which will slowly increase our counts to our next milestone. And now what I want to do with this is I'll just select it all and copy. And I'm going to remember how to mirror. There we go. And paste like so. And then we should get the same thing happening down here. Whoop. Because this is all free, we can go ahead and do the same. That's not going to be the same though, is it? What shape is that? That's blue. Okay, so that's irrelevant. But this on the right side, these are the shapes that we want. Now, Now, as far as I'm aware, there's no way to speed this up. And there's not a whole lot to be doing here, so I might pause this soon and just wait until these milestones are finished. However, there we go. We've got side missions to do, so we can start working on these immediately, actually. So why don't we do that instead of just skipping ahead here? So I don't want to be cutting these at all. Let's go ahead and remove all of that, and the way I'm doing that is just holding down shift and right click and then just dragging. So milestone 1, shortcut for that is T, jumping straight in and throwing these all the way in. And copy that and do the same over here. and I'm rotating with R. Okay, now the shapes have differed a little bit. What are we going to do now? Okay, so the way I think I'm going to be recording these... Oh, what's that? Ah, save, okay. The way I think I'm going to be recording these videos is I'll do all my small brain thinking off camera. And then once I've got myself a small solution, I can walk you guys through it and then upscale it, potentially with you or partially with you. But for now, okay, we've got our first subtask here, side task, complete here. So I'll be looking at getting these next milestones going. Okay, so just done some minor testing here. This rotator in the hexagonal space does not rotate by 90 degrees, but by, what would that be? 60 degrees. So really that's all it's asking you to do for that second milestone. As we see here, we're coming through the shapes desired. So how do we upscale this? So I'm going to be removing this middle section here and just shifting all of this down a little bit. And then that. Now these rotators, we need 2 per belt. And we'll just slide it back on. So we didn't need all that room, but this works for us. I just want the same down here. And let me fix up the other side too. Now we've got the right hand side doing the same thing. We could double this again by using the middles, but I'm happy to wait while we work on these side tasks instead. So completed that one. That's brilliant. We had already started that, which is good. So we might go back and do that again. But I've gotten rid of that first design. That's a shame. So I'll copy that. Get rid of this. And connect these bad boys up again, and then copy that. Oh, get rid of that, sorry, and then paste it here. That'll do just fine. What's going on there? One of those side tasks looks like we just need to rotate that a little bit more. Let's check our upgrades real quick. We don't have enough yet. Okay. Okay, so I'm just having a look at our major milestones here. So we're already creating that, and now we just want to be creating a whole lot of these single little triangles here. Now how can we do that efficiently? Let's have a quick look. We'll unlock that as well, thank you. And we want the same for the blue, so we'll be able to reuse that pattern there for both of them. Okay, so I've just gotten rid of all of that stuff and I've started off small here. So to get this triangle shape, first just kind of cut it in half and get rid of that grey area because we don't need that for that particular piece. And then we're rotating it 60 degrees and cutting it again. And then we've got one piece there going straight down into the vortex. We were also rotating it again and cutting it once more. and then they're all coming together. Although they're in different positions, they all count towards that milestone, so it doesn't matter if you put them in up this way, that way, as long as it's the correct shape, you're doing all right. And you can tell, although it says here we're at different positions, it's the same shape and it's all green. If one of those positions is incorrect, there would be a cross there, I believe. Like, yeah, like over here. We don't need any of these shapes at the moment, so the game is telling us this isn't counting towards anything, which is a helpful little visual. Okay, so we've got that going. We could upscale this, of course, which I can do, and probably will do, at least on this line. So why don't we do that? We're only using a quarter of what we could potentially mine from these four. And I know that because of this indicator here. So we could simply take all of that and paste it 4 times, and then just connect it up to that one line here. Importantly though, although we're only using 1/4 of the shape in this line, we're then cutting it into 3 usable pieces. So this belt is 3/4 full. So I can't simply just add them all back here. I mean, I can, but guess what happens when I do that? It's going to overload this belt, and then everything's going to slow down and back up. You can see it's already happening here. It's coming in like that. Let me just pause for a second. You can see a bit better now that it's really backing up. So to avoid that, we can simply just make 4 inputs. Like so. Now these won't be completely full, only 3/4 full. But that'll do us just fine, that's plenty. Now we can focus on, we'll just jump over here. And get rid of that, and we can start working on this shape here. Oop, before I do that though, why don't we quickly remove all of this and just copy and paste this design, because it's a quick and easy, like so, and hopefully that gets us the blue pieces as well. We'll soon find out. Nope. No, it's doing the exact opposite. Okay, we'll fix it. So rather than changing the whole design, we can simply cut out this and shift it all down so it's connected up here. And then this is one full belt, right? So we'll just use our rotators. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now what is that going to do? That's just going to reorientate it so that it's the right way around. And we can recombine them and then ship them back out there. So that means we'll be cutting away the grey part. Now why am I splitting it into 2? Because this machine runs at half the speed of a full belt, basically. So I need to split it into 2 to get this belt moving at full speed. And then I can combine it back before splitting it into 4. As you can see here, there we go. Got ourselves the little blue triangles. I'm happy with that. We can use those other ones, but I don't feel the need to. Let's go ahead and unlock this first milestone, shall we? So we get the stacker and the 2nd floor. Yep, that's what we'll be doing. Thank you. Unlocking the stacker here, and a whole lot of new tasks, mostly to do with the stacker. Beautiful. And these are our next goal ships. Well, that's it for Milestone 1, and I might just stop this video here. But thank you for watching, guys, and if there is some interest, I might continue this series. But I hope you enjoyed so far, and if you haven't checked out this game yet, but you like automation games, I would definitely recommend Shapez 2. Okay guys, bye for now, have a blessed week.